everybody knows that's kept up with my videos or knows anything about me. Either you know me in real life or you kept up with my YouTube videos. Everybody knows I'm a comic nut. Like, honestly. Like, Deadpool's my favorite character, like, ever. Ever. But that's not the point I'm getting at here. In, in all honesty, DC was my favorite. Like, I like DC better than Marvel. Just because Deadpool is my favorite character doesn't mean I can't like Marvel better. I mean, Batman, Superman. It was all stories about, like gods trying to live amongst men, as opposed to Marvel's that's humans trying to be gods. Except for Thor, who's a literal god, right? Okay, so I've always loved DC Comics, and I really liked the Snyderverse. I mean, what I'm about to say, don't get it twisted. The Snyderverse was my shit. Henry Cavill, Man of Steel was amazing. Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman was one of the best things about that whole series. Gal Gadot is amazing as Wonder Woman. I loved it all. Jason Momoa revitalized Aquaman to make him less of a joke. It was wonderful. I loved it. That being said, I am actually excited about James Gunn's whole, rebooting of the DC, world. I mean, I am. I can't help it. I mean, I'm a DC fanboy. Fuck. I mean, and I just dropped an F-bomb. My bad. Anyway. What I'm getting at here is all the bitching and moaning about Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, I loved Henry Cavill as Superman. He did one of the best portrayals I've ever seen on screen. He is my Superman forever and ever. He's the reason for the tattoo on my back. His Superman. But, that being said, Dwayne Johnson played a name game. Dwayne Johnson did a bunch of, like dangling of, the meat in front of angry wolves. And, well, now we're left with this because apparently James Gunn was going to take over from the get-go and wanted to make a younger bunch of heroes. It's so he can tell stories about their entire career, as superheroes. And so that they don't have like an 80-year-old man out there with a walker, like the person that's running our country, trying to play Batman. I mean, no offense to Ben Affleck. Awesome Batman. Amazing Batman. But he cannot play the 30-something-year-old Batman. He's always going to have to be the hardened old Batman that had to rely more on, gadgets and blowing shit up. And, I mean, he's like 50-something years old, I think, from the last I checked. And yeah, he's still in damn good shape. He could have probably done 2 or 3 Batman movies and been awesome. But we're also talking about like franchise type shit. We're talking Justice League. We're talking all of it. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing some new blood in the game. I mean, cast a new Superman as long as it's not that bullshit with Elliot Page, whatever, Ellen Page, whatever the hell them, they, she, them wants to fucking portray themselves as, whatever. That's just, as long as that's not the case, as long as DC's not going completely woke and you don't have somebody walking in the Daily Planet going, "Hi, I'm Clark Kent, they, them," or, like, "I'm Diana Prince of Themyscira. I am non-binary because I was made out of clay." Because you got Zeus back there like, "Nah, bitch, I'm your daddy." I mean, as long as they don't try to put that stupid, nonsensical, shit to where they're shoving that shit down your throat, I am totally on board and totally excited. As long as it is just good movies with good story, no political agenda. And with James Gunn, I saw all the Guardians movies and loved every single one of them. I loved his interpretation of the Suicide Squad. I mean, do I think he needs to be making that kind of levity in a Superman movie? I mean, possibly. I mean, it could be good. I mean, the tone may not be Man of Steel-esque, but as long as it's not, like too campy. Like, I mean, the red trunks is stupid. Like, that's one of the, I mean, everybody can hate on me all they want. The trunks on the superhero outfits is dumb. If I was a superhero, I would not be like, I think I need some protective underwear over my outer pants. I mean, like whenever they phased that out, I was okay with it. I was cool with it. Like, I mean, yeah, there's still some classic shot. Like, honestly, Christopher Reeves, I love you, brother. You will always be Superman in my heart as well because, I mean, he's the one that made it happen. I mean, and yeah, the red trunks was a thing then. But stop acting like it really matters. I mean, red trunks or not, as long as it's just a good movie, who cares? Who cares about little aesthetic shit? As long as it looks cool. And I mean, and this is coming from a guy who has loved comics ever since I was 2 years old. Whenever I was three, I think I was three. I was 3 or 4 when the Batman movie, like whenever I got shown the Batman movie for the first time. And oh my God, I loved it. Michael Keaton. Like, that's why even though I am not a fan of Ezra Miller, I cannot wait to see The Flash because I get to see my original Batman suiting back up and kicking some ass, hopefully. And that's not doing anything. Anyway, so as long as it's good in the end, I don't really care. As long as it's not interwoven with a bunch of woke nonsensical bullshit. And as long as, and honestly, you can recast all of them, but if you're going to recast all of them, I can't even say I want you to recast all of them because Gal Gadot, she is a beautiful Wonder Woman. She is amazing. But if you're going to recast all of them, you need to get rid of Ezra Miller too because he's a punk bitch who likes to do some creepy shit with kids. With kids. He needs to go away. I mean, like Thanos style, but not just out of the DC universe, like all together. He just needs to go the hell away. Like, no one is cool with that shit. And James Gunn, that is the one thing I will hold against you. If you let Ezra Miller stick around and be the Flash, I will have a problem with that. Because, yeah, Henry Cavill might not have been, your top pick for Superman because he's a little old, but if Ezra Miller is your pick for the Flash, then something is wrong with you. That being said, some of the names are kind of campy of his projects coming up. Like, no one remembers Batman Brave and the Bold and goes, that was awesome. No one. Superman Legacies. This is supposed to be his, introduction. Legacy sounds like something that would be like capping off of a trilogy or something. It's not something that I expect to see someone introduced through. And I mean, I don't know. And to be completely honest, Supergirl as your, okay, because you have Superman Legacies, which is supposed to lead into that team-up film called The Authority, which actually sounds cool. Wildstorm's got a bunch of really awesome titles, which is supposed to lead into, I think, Batman Brave and the Bold, which actually has a pretty good premise. I mean, it's about Batman and Damian Wayne, trying to, I guess, deal with that. I hope it's honestly the first couple scenes, you see Batman out doing his thing, and then like Alfred's like, sir, there is someone at the door, and then when he opens it, it's just this kid what's up? I'm your kid. I'm hoping it's something like that, I'm hoping there's not too much, love drama between Bruce and Talia. I hope it's just kid getting dropped off at the door, getting told you're responsible for me now, and then the whole him trying to deal with becoming Robin thing. That has a really cool premise to it. I actually hope to see something kind of like the comic cover. Yeah, that one. And I think that would be totally dope. And that movie is supposed to lead into Supergirl somehow, which is supposed, and as long as they don't get the stupid looking Supergirl and they have the real Supergirl, then I'm okay with it. Because, I mean, Supergirl walking around like she's wearing a Jinko dress, that's ridiculous. Like, Supergirl, like, the reason they wear the form-fitting clothes, especially the Kryptonians, is because it's like the excuse to why their clothes don't, disintegrate when they get hit by a car or get caught fire. They're always having to throw the remnants of their cape and fight with the rest of their outfit. And I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, that's why that's there. Batman, it's just, they explain it through, like that's a protective, suit or whatever, R&D from Wayne Tech, I mean, they've all got explanations. I mean, and so don't fuck it up. Just James Gunn, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. I'm counting on you, boss. I'll be there watching until you start throwing ridiculousness in there. And as long as you don't have Montoya, or like Montoya in the police force making a scene out of dumb shit, then yeah, I'll be there. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Or, Tim Drake, oh, Tim Drake. Oh, how far you have fallen in the comic book world, my friend. But honestly, as long as it's not a bunch of hot woke garbage, like a steaming pile of shit, I'll be there. And if you're gonna fold over shit that's already been done, like your Suicide Squad, and why is Amanda Waller still Olivia, David, whatever her name is. I'm just trying to figure out why you're picking and choosing what you want instead of just starting over and making your own shit. Because so far you're keeping Peacemaker, you're keeping the person who played Amanda Waller, you're probably going to wind up keeping Harley Quinn, dude, just because she was a part of your movie. But with the new Joker, are you going to keep Jared Leto? And honestly, I'm not hating that idea. I mean, I watched the after credits. I mean, if the only new element is your Batman, it's going to be a little weird. But I mean, you could see it, like of different alternate worlds. Sometimes they look the same. I mean, you could explain it. You could explain it away. But I mean, I'd be okay with keeping Momoa as Aquaman, but I really think he'd pull it off as Lobo. But if you're only going to do Lobo in a series, okay, now I'm just talking. Now I'm just talking and shooting ideas. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a long form podcast. But I'll probably do another one later and talk more about this. I'm going to keep following this because it's one of the things that I actually enjoy. I want to do more reviews for stuff that's already out. So drop a comment. Tell me what you want to see, what you want me to review. I'll do it. I mean, my ISOM #1 review was, pretty liked apparently. So, and I have more energy than I did then because I was dying in that video. So, hit me up. I'm your boy Church. Help me out with the Cash App if you want. If you don't, you can always pick up a shirt from my Teespring store. It's a Church versus the World. I'm going to try to find the link and put it in all the descriptions to all my videos. But until then, if you want a shirt, you can always just go to Teespring and look up the store, Church versus the World. And I'm going to try to get the website back up soon. So wish me luck. If you liked what you saw today, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that cool shit. And if you want to make a donation, there's my Cash App. And if you want to help out and you don't want to do Cash App, hit me up in the comments. Give me some ideas. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just starting back up.